Motion from the wideout. Looking for room. It's Poe. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Here's the handoff. Shakes off the defender. He stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Fires to the big fella. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. And it's no good. He missed it. There is a flag on the field, so let's see if this guy's going to get another shot at it. This offense has a 1st and 10. They are flat bailed out by the defensive penalty. To the ground with the back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the 1st down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run play action. Bought a little time, lets it go. Touchdown, Utah State! First score of the game goes up.
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a team to start this game off.
And the extra point splits the upright. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Direct snap. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's a statement by the defense. Offense is trying to get physical. They're running power. They're pulling the backside guard, and you blow the play up in the backfield for a loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This is an interesting decision now for the head coach. You're trailing very early in the game. There's a lot of football left. But you're in a situation where you could go for it here and try and answer after your defense gave up that touchdown on the opening drive.
He'll field the punt and see what he can get. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. The offense changing the play. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Off the play fake on first down. Gets rid of it. Fires to the big fella. Breaks into the open. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
And the Aggies are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Forced out of the pocket. Got a man, it's Travis. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
Got it in the middle, it's Travis. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that first down.
This Utah State offense has it going. Gonna run it, it's Poe.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
The Aggies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out, and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football, but the relentless chase, I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They'll send the tight end in motion. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Putting could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Utah State comes to the line with a 1st and 10.
Base 27, jump.
From the red zone, looking for a man. He's got the tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
Set, ready.
Wants to go up top. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Aggies.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmaker, slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A 70-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll test the right side. Turning it on. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down. We reached the break and Utah State holds the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They punted on their opening drive, and now they need a 3rd down conversion to avoid punt. Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll leave it with him. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Under fire. He's going to take off. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
Man, I'll tell you, this quarterback has got things you simply cannot coach. How about that situation? 3rd, it's a passing situation. The defense knows that they do a great job in coverage, but this guy just has tools. He's got physical attributes and speed and elusiveness, things he can't coach, that allows him to go pick up the first down and keep the offense on the field.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Well, the offense just trying to go with a little touch pass this time, down close to the goal line, giving it to the receiver and hoping his speed is going to be able to outflank the defense, but nowhere to run. Nice stop on the defensive side of the ball.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, stiffing the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Niners.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
He'll try to tack on one more. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Duke answered the bell away from Durham today with an impressive victory. The Blue Devils knew the challenges awaiting them, and they met them head-on. Generally the mark of a really good team. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Gives it to the back on the draw. Breaks the tackle. Makes it past the marker. They finally get him stopped. And this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
And you can see why it's so tricky for a defense to have to stop these draw plays. Everything the offense is doing is telling you pass. The quarterback, the offensive line, the running backs delaying. You've taken your deep drop in coverage, and now you've got to rally and find the football and do it trying to avoid these big 300-pound bodies running at you full speed. Not an enviable task.
The give to the tailback. Oh, he's got some space. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
We'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Aggies can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, that was pretty easy for the quarterback, right? You just need a few yards to pick up that first, so you find the tight end, put it on his body, let him go do the work, and you keep the drive alive.
The Aggies will snap it on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Aggies with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. From the gun, running back on the move. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
Here comes a 3rd down situation, and the defense has had no answer so far. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in. It's Travis. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Right. 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some 1st downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Handoff to the lone back. Finds some fresh air. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Aggies kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. To the air on first down. A little screen to the running back. There he goes. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. The new popular phrase for a favored team not really coming out of the gates quickly is that they're playing with their food. There are a lot of peas being pushed around the plate right now, guys.
Yeah, Reese, they've been stumbling around. They've been making mistakes and shooting themselves in the foot in this game. But, David, I think you also have to give credit to the underdog in this game because they're just playing with more intensity. They look like they want it more.
Oh, dude, when you come out the gates in the first quarter, it's adrenaline, it's passion, it's being talked about as the underdog. As this game goes on, can they keep that intensity up? Right now, they're doing a heck of a job.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They go to the ground. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Power football with the run. Bust through behind his pad. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Man, is it nice to be able to hand the football to a guy that can break tackles, that can make something out of nothing. Just, it makes it so much easier on offense. You can hit that big play, the big home run. Just the ability to break tackles can make a back really special.
Making side adjustments here. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Touchdown, Aggies! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Jump the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Hit hard just as he released it on first down, and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the 49ers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Fires one high and deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
A Let's see what they do on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. He tries to take the top off. It's caught. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Makes the grab on the left. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Snap it to the back. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Here comes the field goal unit. And this one will be a 40-yard try from the left hash. Smashes it between the uprights. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
And that's a nice end to this first half. Put points on the board, create a little bit of momentum. You're still losing, I know. Go into the locker room, talk about some adjustments, and come out with some momentum.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but not before he gets it out to the 40-yard line. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Utah State about to kick it off to open the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Charlotte has the ball back. The 49ers offense will return to the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Wants to fire on second down. Looking to the big tight end. Got a man in the middle. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Leaves it with the running back. Breaks into the open. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Man, that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
Yeah, I might go back to that one and call that one again. It worked so well.
The 49ers will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds a tight end. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
And the 49ers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Oh, he's got a chance. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
And that's a good 2nd down run. Commit to the running game. Run the football. Great gain. Great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
The 49ers back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Wants to throw on 1st down. The quick out. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Back to pass. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Got room on the return. Inside the 40. The 30. Running inside the 20. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position.
And you really want your quarterback in the red zone to be efficient, to be smart, not to give up points. And man, he makes a big mistake. They capitalize on defense, return the ball all the way down the field, and now their offense has an opportunity in the red zone.
On 1st and goal, let's see what Utah State calls. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing windows tend to shrink a lot.
Collisions and power on display, and after all of that, just back to the line of scrimmage.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
Touchdown, Utah State. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Charlotte will send the offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Quickly out to the tight end. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds, and this offense trying to put something together.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on 3rd down by the offense.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
To the air on 2nd down. Here comes the heat. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking for a huge play. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down at 2nd and 6. They'll give it to Johnson. Runs through the tackle. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Uncorks one. Got a wide open receiver. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam. The defense finally got it.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
And they can't make the connection, and 3 quarters are in the book as we head to the 4th. The quarter comes to a close. Utah State has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. Our final quarter is on deck, and it looks as if they are ready to go. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Quarterback on the keeper. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Dances away to buy time. Throws into the middle of the field. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. He's going to try to knock one through from 49 yards away. He splits the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Texas A&M packed a wallop today, and in many ways it felt like it packed the 12th man with them too. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead it felt like a walk through the park in College Station. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Charlotte has the ball back. The 49ers offense will return to the field. A very disappointing performance for the number. Speeding down the left side. The 40. The 30. The 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Charlotte.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
And he added the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Utah State sending its offense back onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
And it wasn't lack of effort by the running back. He was trying. You could tell he fought one guy off, but another guy in his face right away, but just trying to do something. The offensive line needs to do a better job keeping some guys off his guy. Come on, man. Take care of your running back.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And the Aggies line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. Now on 3rd down for this offense. Trying to impose their will with the run. Finds a little space. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Like comeback is underway. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
Stopped short. They'll bring him down at the 1. He just couldn't get it in.
Utah State 31, Charlotte 23.
The kickoff team is out there, and after giving up a punt return for the score, this offense needs to do some work. And here he comes out of the end zone. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Utah State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
The Aggies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll give it to him again. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this situation here on 2nd down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
I'd expect we're going to get another dose of the running game at this point, even though it's 2nd and 11. Might be changing the route. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And the incomplete pass was just too hot to handle.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
This is a big 3rd down. If they can move the chains, they can just about salt this game away. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
Man, that is just what this offense needed. The quarterback already has a couple turnovers, throwing the ball to the other team. This ball, 50-50 ball, somebody needed to make a play to spark this offense, and the receiver does it. Nice catch, nice job after the catch, and this offense has some momentum now.
This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Using the quick game. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
And the 49ers will have it 1st and 10. He's in open space downfield.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. Pocket breaking down. And he dropped it, just didn't hook the thing all the way in.
Well, obviously here in the fourth quarter trailing, they're going to be throwing the ball, trying to get back in this game. Couldn't come up with it there on 2nd down. They're expecting them to throw it here on 3rd.
Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple. And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Using his feet to buy time. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And this offense does not come up big. Man, you needed that first down. And listen, the communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired, and especially in a big moment right here when you had to have a score and you had to have the 4th down conversion.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming.